We've got the sound on. The new age of cheating, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what it looks like right here.
Today's video, I want to show you guys a crazy discovery I just made. Valentine's Day, just woke up, just having a nice morning coffee with my fiance, and I opened up my boy Venruki.
Okay, flexing that he's got a fiance on V-Day.
He streamed. I noticed he's playing some solo shuffle on Holy Pally, and I see this rogue that he's playing verse do something kind of sus here. So watch this really quick. I'm just going to play this. You'll see this rogue. He does like a step kidney and instantly hooks back in to the fight. And this is definitely kind of crazy, kind of like cracked to see these mechanics. So I was a little bit kind of iffy about it, and I kept watching. I was kind of like half paying attention, and then I actually noticed Venruki pointed something out. So I actually went back here, and he showed a replay of this. But basically, in one of the earlier rounds, the rogue did the same thing, but he did it with a kick. So watch this. I'm going to put this kind of slow here. Venruki's over on the side here. He puts up a Tears Deliverance. And then I think it's right after this, he starts casting a rep. So I'm going to put this in slow motion. And I want you guys to just watch this enemy rogue, okay? He's over here with Subterfuge up. Watch what he does here. Rep starts getting cast. The rogue step kicks and hooks back in. But the hook happens basically instantly. So he's already hooking back in as he does a step kick. Now, this is something that is extremely weird to me. Because, you know, I am a rogue main. And, you know, whenever I think of what just happened, I think of this, okay? If I have my hook facing over here,
okay,
and then I step a target, my hook is now going to go over here. Because basically your hook is based off where your camera angle is and your position, and Shadow Step's going to change that. So I don't really understand how this works. And then apparently some people in Venruki's chat were saying that this guy's not a cheater, he's just using a macro. That's how I found out about an insanely broken macro that you guys definitely should not use. You probably all are going to use it, but I'm going to show you guys this because it's too crazy to not show you.
Okay, so I mean, this, if I'm seeing this shit, I'm definitely saying this guy's fucking cheating. I mean, but I guess it's a macro. So like, what's happening here is, look at this.
Starts getting cast. The
rogue step kicks him and is immediately back hooking onto the target directly, all in like one button press. This dude's hitting like hella buttons in the press of one button with a macro. And I guess Palomore's trying to show what the macro does here. Let's see.
Got this guy's skull, and I'm attacking skull, right? So if I hit this macro, I have it on a mouse scroll keybind right now, shift mouse wheel down. All I'm going to do is I'm going to have my mouse near my target right here, and I'm just going to spam shift mouse wheel down and watch what happens. It literally step kicks Moon and hooks me back on target. Now, if this isn't the most...
What? God, that happens so fast. He just step kicks, hooks back instantly in one button.
Moon and hooks me back on target.
All right, right here. Watch it again. Here it comes.
Shift mouse wheel down and watch what happens.
You can even see it right here on the Trophy GCD. Dude hit step, hook, kick in one button. On 30-yard radius. I mean,
it literally step kicks Moon and hooks me back on target. Now, if this isn't the most broken macro I've ever seen for Rogue, I've lost my mind. Like, this should be illegal. I don't know how this is a thing, and I also don't know how I didn't know about it. So obviously you can assume you can make the exact same macro here, and if you just replace kick with kidney shot, my cat's meowing, I don't know if you can hear that. If you just replace kick with kidney shot, you can do an entire second macro, which basically does the exact same thing. You could hypothetically do it with cheap shot as well. You could also do it with blind if someone's at a range. As long as you're in step range of your target and you have kick or whatever CC, this macro just kind of sends you out of the fight and sends you back in. I just want to do a disclaimer. I don't think this is actually a super good macro. I think it has a niche use because as Outlaw, you know, hook and step is like all of your mobility, maybe like Blade Rush. So just shoving it to get like one kick, all your mobility, probably not worth it a lot of the time, but it is a crazy macro. I had to share this with you guys. I'm not going to drag the video. I just wanted to show you guys this macro. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Have macros gone too far?
I'll let you know what I think about it. This is absolute nonsense, and they need to delete these macros from the game. This is pathetic. This is a joke, ladies and gentlemen. Why, like, what are we talking about? This is outrageous. They need to make these kinds of macros not exist. There should not be macros like this in the game. Absolutely no chance. What are we talking about? This is crazy.
This is complete insanity to me. I can't believe it works. I'll show you one more time what it looks like, guys. So here's Moon. Same attack and skull. My mouse is right here, and I'm going to spam the macro. It just does a step kick and it hooks me back on target. It's complete insanity. But yeah, like the video if you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to come stop on my stream. I stream every single day at twitch.tv/Palmore. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you so much.
Guys, shout out to Palmore for highlighting this. And Ven, but guys, I'm about to say this is absolute nonsense. Guys, this is ridiculous. This should not be the game. Like, I mean, this is just going the wrong direction, I think. People wonder why the game is so hard to play and it's so difficult to get into and it's just so brutal. It's because of just shit like this existing. On top of all of the different add-ons people have, and then with all the other stuff going on, like, this is ridiculous. Just insane. Yeah, this is out of control, bro. This is not it. There's another problem with conditional macros where basically buttons won't go off if certain conditions are not met. Like if a priest fades, you can't blind into fade. You know, if someone has a bubble or bop up, you can't blind into bop. Like these are all, these need to be removed from the game. Like this is outrageous. There's no way. That's what I think, guys. This is out of control. They got to gut this shit. I would definitely say this is cheating. I mean, I don't know. This is what I think. How do you gut it? They need to make you shouldn't be able to do like at player macros or things like that. Even like this cursor shit's kind of, I mean, that or you just can't stack it all on one button. It's crazy how fast this button even works. Like, I mean, I don't know. I think they should definitely dial back macros and add-ons. And you shouldn't be able to do at player either instead of cursor. Like, I think it's too much. Poor take. These macros have been part of the game. Pine Trees, are you a botter, bro? Are you a cheater? What are you talking about? There is no one defending this shit. No player is saying that this shit is good, I don't think. You could ask any player. Every single player would be like, this is nonsense. Like, this is why the game is so fried. Because shit like this happens. Like, people like this and the ones who use it first. Guys, this is ridiculous. They need to just nerf all of this stuff. It is just horrendous. Just horrendous. That's what I'm thinking. Not a fan, guys. That's nonsense. Get that shit out of here. Get conditional macros out of here. Get those macros out of here. That is ridiculous. Thought they patched conditional? I mean, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's only a matter of time before people find the next conditional macros. I think there's players literally using conditional macros as well in the tournaments right now. So I'm not sure, guys. Guys, there's also like bugs with like you could like hunter trap at player as well. There was like bugs with that kind of shit too. I don't know. They should just dial all that shit back, man. They gotta like nerf the ability of macros. It was saying like another problem with like classic WoW was you could have a cheap shot macro that would just cheap shot people immediately. Like, you could have arena 1, 2, 3 step cheap shot and shit, which is crazy. Yeah, Blinds fry me. I don't know why people try so hard to defend nonsense in video games. I don't get it. That is people that actually just cheat themselves or something. It's very bizarre to me. I don't know why that is. I don't understand. It's like, great, man. You can use your feather macro or put a totem down. Chaining the whole thing together for this sequence of buttons to do 5 things that should be never possible to do at the same time is ridiculous. That's what's going on. Even though that macro is pretty troll, it's like, who knows if you could actually make some other crazy shit with that. You see the macro I found today? Ven, I was just talking about that. And hella people are, well, Pine Trees is heavily defending it. I was just talking about that, and Pine Trees says it's, oh my god, it's so fried. That shit is fried. It's terrible for the game. And I don't think a single player is going to say, yeah, that's probably good, that's how that works, that's how that's possible. He was spitting facts, guys. It's all fucking nonsense. I literally don't think any players say any of that shit's good for the game. I think you could ask anyone. Any player would be like, yeah, this is just nonsense. Like if you could be fast and do it yourself, but like one button doing fucking like crazy amounts of things at once is ridiculous. Complexity of certain rotations, I mean, a lot of that stuff is not good for the game. It's very bad for the game, I think. WoW should try to become more simple again, I think. No macro should be spammable for a sequence. Yeah, I mean, sequence macros are bad too. All macros that just do way too much shit need to be dialed back. There's literally no way anyone could even say that it's good for the game. Because I don't know anyone that would say that's good for the game. Literally. Everyone would look at that and be like, wow, that's like the dumbest shit ever. How is that possible? I'm not sure what the fix is, but there's probably some way they could shut that shit down. Who knows? Like, that's bizarre that was the first guy that anyone's seen do that, too. So who knows? Maybe people have been doing that shit for a while. I've never even seen that. Have you guys ever seen that till today? Like, how did that guy even find out about it? Put grapple on global fixed? But I guess they could do that, but I still think some macros are pretty dumb, too. Like, Who knows? Maybe there's a lot of people that are sitting there just fucking around trying to find macros that are just ridiculous. Like the kick one, right? And like conditional macros, those are bad too. Those shouldn't be in the game either. Cheap. What's going on here, man? Polymer's 8-button cast sequence. That's what I'm saying. Like these macros are ridiculous. There's no place in the game for these buttons. Like, how is it ever good for anything? You don't use any macros? I use just basic macros, just focus abilities and shit. Damage cooldowns. Okay. Cheap. Oh, nice fear, bro. Well done, man. Nice. Basic macros? Yeah, I think. I don't know. I think shit like that is ridiculous. Like that just should not be happening. Then again, though, maybe I'm fried for saying that. I just been playing the game every day for 18 years, and I see it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think that should be possible. Definitely fried. A lot of cheesy macro defenders here. I don't know why so many people try to defend it. Is that weird? Like when you play the game, does that would some shit like that not just piss you off? How is that possible? How could there be so many people defending shit like this in video games? I don't understand. It's like people wonder why games just get so obnoxious to play, and it's because just shit like that exists. They defend it because they use and need it. Is that why? I don't understand that. I have never defended anything in the game that like about that ever in my life. Which is, I would think that's the most normal response. Is it not though? Is it, or a lot of people, maybe a lot of people that try to defend shit generally cheat in games or something. Yeah, like some quality of life, but I mean, what we just saw just should not be allowed, right? Like, there's no way. The people who defend this stuff are lower XP players who can't compete at a slightly above. I don't know. I never understood why anyone would try to defend it unless you specifically use that shit all the time. And like, people are trying to compare what we just saw to using like actual, you know, cursor macros where it makes sense to use it, like a priest feather, a totem, priest dome. It's like, yeah, okay, not what we just saw. Like, that was insane. Yeah, I don't know. Anytime I see some shit like that, I'm just like, yeah, no, they need to do something about that. Like, it's just not good.